照片。
哦，照片。Oh, Singapore! Oh my goodness, I miss you. Yay! We've entered Singapore! Yay!
可以去打风吗？还是它不舒服啊？还有胶吗？
有。
它的 straps 那些 OK 吧？紧吗？ BBC 上还没有开。
说
啊 salah jalan.
Biasa masak. Pemeriksaan polis.
Ya tuan.
Oh, Singapore! Oh my goodness, I miss you! Oh, sense of relief that we can finally be in Singapore.
Such an eventful trip.
Yeah. You know, whenever I come in here, whenever I'm here in Singapore, I actually have this big sense of relief because I know that at least the people here, I mean the police here, they don't ask for duit kopi, corruption openly. Yeah. So I'll tell you more about an incident earlier before we enter Singapore. Oh, this is your first time? Ah, are you happy? Are you happy? Yay! Isabel, Bell, Isabel, Isabel, Bell, Isabel, Bell, Isabel, Bell, Isabel.
有冇嘢買潮啊？
屌 Isabel,
習慣
Bell,
咗啦。
Isabel, Isabel,
點
Bell,
解 work？
Isabel, 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 Bell, Isabel.
Your first time. Your first time in Singapore.
哎，你看他的 socks. You see? One missing.
This is what?
Sorry 啊 Isabel，吓到我。Isabel，Hey Granny calling you 咧。Isabel，哇 how to check？ 狂我心跳都快。Was it no do surprise？
No call me, you give the stranger come in ah.
What stranger？ Isabel。
Hey, Nini, why you let them come in? You never call.
I asked
You ask what?
Why you no smile？
不爱讲一。
Why you no smile？ Okay, so we will continue from our last footage, which is yesterday. Today is our day
1.
day 1. Yesterday was the day 0. We reached Singapore around 6 plus. Started our journey around 1. And we have to serve our SHN, stay home notice, for 7 days. Yeah, so we will talk about the saman that we got before we reached Malaysia immigration. So, yeah, so this is the saman. This is the ang pao that we got from the police traffic, right? Yeah, it's this one. So you don't need to really see it clearly, but yeah, I can obviously tell this is the saman. You can see this is the. Can you see? Yes. Yes. I don't know how much yet, but the police was telling us like about what 300 something, 340 or 380 ringgit just to pay this off. Yeah. So we have some advice for you guys who are planning to enter Singapore through private cars, Malaysia cars. We share some of the tips where how you can avoid this unnecessary spending. Yeah. So of course, before they wanted to issue us this saman, they were telling us that they will want some duit kopi. They wanted how much?
Half.
150. They wanted 150 in the beginning, but we didn't want to give. So we wanted them to actually issue us the saman so that we can just get things done and just enter Singapore smoothly. Because, well, to be honest, I personally feel that we didn't really break the law, and we are just probably using the wrong lane, which we thought that it is normal during the pandemic where they closed one of the lane, but we just didn't want to, waste any more time with the police, and we just wanted them to just, issue us a summon, and then we just get things done, and then we just proceed with our journey. So how it actually happened was that, maybe you'd like to share?
So basically, if you're driving in from KL, like we did, and following the GPS all the way, normally what you do is you just follow the signboards that says Woodlands, right, to bring you to Woodlands checkpoint. Apparently now, that will lead you to this closed lane only for lorries and get you to this fine.
Yeah. So
Right.
there's a car lane, and there's also a lorry lane. I think car there's a two lane.
There's a car, buses, and motorcycles lane, and then there's a lorry lane.
Yeah.
So all the other lanes are closed
Mm,
except the lorry lane.
Correct.
So since it's we know that the borders are not officially open yet,
yes.
so we thought it's
It's normal.
probably that's
Mm.
why they close all the other
Yes.
lanes so that they only need to staff. I mean, look after one of the lanes.
Correct.
But turns out then that's an excuse for them to give you this. So there's no proper instruction. There's no signboard telling you that cars are not allowed here. Nothing like that.
Yes.
Okay, you're just supposed to know that.
Yeah.
And
So when
people
we,
who are in Johor Bahru, they know that. So the
Ah.
way to avoid this, we talked to the Malaysian's immigration officer,
Yeah.
and then she says, yes, it's true for those that are coming from out of state, we will not know. She says,
Yeah.
however, if you are from Johor Bahru, you will know that within the Johor Bahru city, there's another ramp that you can take that's for cars to go to the checkpoint. So there you have it.
Yeah. So when we enter, as in when we use the lorry lane and we reach at this junction here, then we were stopped by this, by a security guard or police traffic, right? And then they told us that, then we thought that okay, maybe it's a pandemic, they have to go through our documents and all. So they told us, okay, tunggu sini, nanti saya call, suruh orang datang escort. Then we were thinking oh okay, maybe pandemic, then you need someone to escort you. Okay, then fine. So we waited less than 5 minutes, and then one or two police traffic came on motorbike, and then they come, okay Encik, ikut kita. Then so yeah, we followed them, and then they did a U-turn and all. So then they stopped somewhere near the Malaysian immigration, which is probably less than a km away, right, from the entry. Yeah, so we were there, and then we stopped there, and then that's when it happened. The police wanted to ask for the copy and all, and then that's how it happened.
No, they offer the help from the kindness of their heart.
Really?
Yeah, to erase this picture and this summon
Oh yeah,
for
initially.
half the price.
Yeah, initially
Yeah,
they said
but to them,
300 plus, it's actually very high. Why don't you just give us the copy half of the price and then get things done and clear, then you can masuk lah.
Yeah.
Then we didn't wanted to, and
Then since we're so nice, so he removed one of the. Since we're so polite to talk with him, and also he removed one of the penalty, and he says, okay, now your summon is only 150.
yeah.
But if you have 50 bucks to spare, we can remove this 150 summon for you.
Yeah, so there's a pasmanan bargain as well. But that time, the police traffic was telling you that, Encik, Encik boleh turun kereta tak? Isteri you boleh duduk dalam kereta. So that's when I realized this is the common thing that the Malaysia's police will do. Because this is not the first time we got someone. The other time we got someone about 2 years ago when we were in KL is the same thing. So how they do it is that they'll knock your car window. Hi Encik, nak pergi mana? Dari mana? This kind of thing. Then after that, then they'll usually ask the driver, which is the man. They will say, Encik boleh turun kereta? Nak bincang sedikit. That's when I know very well that they will be asking for the copy. So this time round, they are doing the same thing. It's like the repeat of the same scenario. So I was waiting in the car with the baby, and then I was also trying to make calls to my family to tell them that there's a delay and everything. So they were discussing, like my husband and two of the policemen were discussing behind. So after some discussion and all, then my husband was telling me that, hey, they were asking for the copy, do you want to like just give them or what? Then I said, no, obviously not. Why? Because I do not really want to encourage all these things, eh? Like, since pandemic, everyone the economy was bad, a lot of people got retrenched, and then, income got affected and all that. And with this bunch of, police who are supposed to protect our country, they were supposed to be proud of what they're doing, and yet they're here asking for duit kopi when they do get paid, okay? So I think it's actually a very, very bad practice. So I told my husband, no, if they want, they just proceed with someone. Then we will pay for it, or we will probably appeal for it, because I don't think we did any wrong. We probably did some mistake, but it's not intentionally. Alright, and then as for travelers, the documents that you need, first thing first, passport. Make sure that your passport is not as in it's still valid within the time frame, at least 6 months and above, for you to travel. Otherwise, you have to go and renew your passport. We did our renewal in UTC, Shah Alam. Yeah, it was very fast, but you have to make e-appointment before you go to the UTC. Renewal passport was like, how much?
$200.
$200, yes.
5
And for
years.
yes,
For
for 5
adults.
years, yes. For babies, it's 100. So we have a 7-month-old baby traveling for the first time out of the country, so it's $100. Yeah, 40 hours before we started our journey, we actually did our PCR test. Okay, we did our PCR test in BP lab. It cost us about 100 and it was 180. The usual price was 200 plus 240, right? So we actually key in some promo code Takafu. So the promo code was Takafu. I'm not sure if it's still valid now. So we got discounted, and then we got it at 180, right? It was done very fast, like in less than 5 minutes. So they did the swab and everything, and then we got our result in about 24 hours. So we did it in the morning, the first thing in the morning, like about 9, and then we got the result at 9, correct?
Yep.
We did the PCR test today, example, we did it today, and we traveled the next day. So the things that we printed was our BP report, our PCR test report. It was stated as non-detected, it is negative, okay? And then we actually printed out this our vaccination cert. Okay, there's actually 2 copies, so 2 vaccination plus 1 booster, right? So you can download this from My Sejahtera app, and we have to download some Singapore apps as well, right? Yeah.
There's 2, Trace Together and Singapore Arrival Card. So
Okay.
Trace Together is just like a Singapore version of My Sejahtera for Malaysian friends.
Okay.
And the Singapore Arrival Card app is basically a replacement of the white card that we normally need to use to come into Singapore, right? So they want you to submit this earliest is 3 days in advance, means no earlier than that. So for example, if today is a Monday and then your trip is on a Thursday, you can probably submit only on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so you have to print this out as well, your e-health.
So after you've done all that, you fill out all of it, then they're gonna send, after you submit it, and then they send you an email.
Then there's an attachment of
So you
PDF.
print that out.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that will be your arrival card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Some will be asking whether are we a PR, or are we just a mainly tourists or employees with permits. I'm a Singapore PR. My husband is not. Okay, he's mainly just a tourist, and my baby obviously not as well. So what I did for them is that we actually traveled through FEL, Familiar Ties Lane. You can just Google search. I can actually provide the link later. If you're a PR or a Singapore citizen, you can actually apply for your family or relatives. So that's what I did for my family. I applied for them staying in my family's place. So yeah, that's how we got in. Do we need to pay anything? Did we?
Yeah, the exact PCR test.
So when I applied for FTL, so they wanted me to pay for the exit PCR test in
Because the
Singapore.
familiar Thais lane is not the vaccinated travel lane. That
Yeah.
one doesn't need stay home notice. So this one
Yeah,
needs.
yes.
So the exit PCR test is for you to do at the end of your stay home notice.
Correct. On the day 6 or day 7. Anyway, the Ministry of Health, MOH, will contact you guys.
Yeah.
So I paid 250 Sing dollar around there for both of us. Okay, so the same thing, we will have to print it out. So I applied for my husband and for my baby. So this is the thing that I have to print out.
This is like your
Yeah.
social visit pass.
Yeah, just to do a recap, there's 4 things that you have to print out. First is your PCR test in Malaysia. The second will be your MySejahtera vaccination cert. The third will be your e-health declaration from,
Which is a Singapore arrival card,
yes. The fourth will be your FTL.
which is the
Approval.
safe travel. Yeah.
Yes.
The whichever travel lane you're
Yeah,
using, right?
yes. Well, initially we wanted to fly into Singapore through VTL. But then we realized when we compared the price, it was like I think non-VTL flight was 400 plus for a return ticket, and then whereas for VTL flight is nearly 2,000, maybe with luggage and all it's nearly 2,000. So we decided not to proceed with the flight, and also because during COVID season right now, COVID, the viruses is everywhere. It's actually not safe for babies to travel. A lot of people actually got contracted COVID when they were at the airport and plane.
We made many calls
Many
to
calls.
LTA and the ICA just to ask,
Yes,
like,
just to
is
confirm whether
it
it is
true? Can we
doable.
drive in?
Yes,
And then basically they just give us a resounding yes that gave us a lot of confidence. And then they
Yes.
says, as long as you have the familial Thais lane as a social visit pass, that's the one that you're using to come into Singapore.
Correct.
That means, then they said it's a yes.
we will have to quarantine in a room. This morning, as an officer from
Ministry of Health.
I think MOH, they actually called us to confirm that we're in the house. We are serving our quarantine in the house, serving our SHN in the house, and we even did a video call to confirm the surrounding, and they actually told us not to move around, not to leave the house until 7 days later. And of course we received an email. Regards to our PCR test. So they actually gave us a date already. That's it. So the next thing that you guys wanted to know is that how much are we going to pay for car park? Yes. So for car park, as what we checked, and we haven't paid yet, but as what we checked, if you park in HDB, one day it'll be $12. Overnight it'll be $5. So it might be 12 plus 5 for the remaining of stay.
So we have to find out when we leave, and
Yes,
then we'll let you
but-
guys know again.
But at least we will let you know. You can estimate your budget, like your spending, your expenses before coming in. So we've already estimated, like we buffer at least about 17 bucks a day, Sing dollar, 17 Sing dollar a day, and for the remaining 14 days. If you are here for 14 days, because we're here for some official things. So it's good that he's not a PR, he's not an LTVP,
Yeah, so
but he's an FTL, so it's fine, he can drive in. So it's good, okay. So if you want to travel, you might want to travel with someone who doesn't have any passes, any permits in Singapore, so you can travel in for free. Okay. So that's all for our update here. We wish you have a safe and pleasant journey to Singapore, and it's always good to be home. Bye. And then the next question that I know everyone will be asking is like, are we like
what is the
status
pass? Yeah, that we
pass
use
that
now.
we need? Correct. So are we like the？
椰姐玲啊，
大家我爱聊爱聊。